So on a daily basis when we're working there clinically, see patients, supervise residents, take care of the whole gamut from diagnosis to treatment, disposition. The same thing that I believed in then when I came to residency and why I stay, the first things that strike my mind are growth and opportunity. It's amazing, you know, from coming as a resident and learning the specialty, the opportunities that the program directors have given us to learn the specialty, and really the wide variety. You can grow in any direction you really want. It's really not limited, and I found that really appealing, both as a trainee and in staying on as staff. Because emergency medicine is a wide variety of clinical dilemmas that you can run into, and there's a lot of career paths, and I've found this environment to be extremely supportive, from our chair, Brent Ruoff, all the way down to the program directors, and letting really not only myself but any of my colleagues grow in any direction they really wanted to. So I got involved with sepsis early, as essentially as a second year emergency medicine resident, and was very interested in kind of guideline implementation of early goal-directed therapy, and believed in the mortality difference that could happen very early in the treatment. Patients within the first 6 hours in the emergency department had gained good exposure at a national level with sepsis researchers and a great group of emergency medicine sepsis researchers as well, and supportive again at the institution. And so just kind of carried on that involvement in the committee, and then again as staff, and have Jen Williams, who's one of our clinical nurse specialists, who is my co-director for it. I definitely have to thank her. She's helped build this into a tremendous program, has harnessed the nursing support even down to the tech level, and really made a huge difference in implementing the guidelines and impacting care, and helping us change course when we needed to, and data analysts. There's just a litany of things I could thank her for that I'm infinitely grateful for, and couldn't do it without her. Geographically, I'm from Cincinnati, and my wife's family is from south of Kansas City, so this was a good halfway point for us. I have trained at St. Louis University in undergrad and medical school, and so was familiar with the area, and we currently have 3 children, and this was an excellent place to raise a family and foster that growth, so it was kind of an easy fit and a great place to work. One of the biggest strengths is the leadership that they have. I've seen it evolve over the years from, you know, a consumer in the beginning as an intern to staff now. So my involvement has been over essentially 9 years, and it's been really awesome to see Dr. Char and his assistants take it to levels and incorporate feedback. Doug has kept his eyes on the national scene, has helped to incorporate new changes, and I think the training level just continues to improve year after year. And the quality of residents that we have, and the delivery of care that we provide to patients nowadays, I think is second to none. I would trust our residents when we graduate them to take care of me or my family, and kind of hold that as the metric, you know, when I work with them, or when we give them a blessing when we graduate them out of here. And I feel pretty confident that they can take care of some of the sickest of the sick, and really address patients' needs in a compassionate manner. Always go with your heart, so wherever it lands in your soul, do a little soul searching and make sure this is the right specialty for you. Get exposure, email people, the whole gamut from residents to attendings, not only at that local area that you're at, but feel free to open the doors or knock on the doors at other institutions. You'll find, hopefully you'll find in your experience, that EM across the board is a very open-doored kind of profession, and we work well with each other, and please continue that attitude and philosophy if you stay in the profession with us. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call me too. I love the specialty, love this career, and would encourage anybody who finds that click there to pursue it as well. So I think, you know, one end of the spectrum is going to be the sickest of the sick as a tertiary care facility with a lot of immunosuppressed or transplant patients. We get a lot of referrals in that people come in very sick, or the difficult cases that are unable to be handled, or immediately kind of outstretch the resources at an outside facility. And it really I think pushes us, at least in the emergency department, to try to think the next 1, 2, 3 steps beyond that, how to stabilize or optimize management for that patient. So that's one end of the spectrum. The other side is you will also see low acuity and high volume patients, whether they be kind of urgent care type walking wounded as well, and some that may not necessarily be sick but actually come to the emergency department for a need, and so you get exposure to them, and it helps you kind of triage and decipher level of acuity and sickness. So I think, as I mentioned before, once you come out, you've been exposed to the full gamut, and everybody, with time, will figure out what they want to do in their practice style and things like that, and that's to be expected. But I think the exposure that you get here in a 4-year program leads you really ahead of the curve by the time you leave. For me, I'm kind of an outdoors guy. I like to run. Just ran at Castlewood yesterday. Beautiful scenery there. If you ever get a chance, go to Castlewood Park. There's a trail. Take the Lone Wolf Trail and go up and look at the Merrimack River. Beautiful. Wouldn't believe it's even in St. Louis. So for me, I really enjoy that aspect of St. Louis and the wide variety, both for hiking, biking, trails. The parks around St. Louis are very excellent. We live out west further, and there's concerts in the park, not only there, but at various areas throughout the city and the greater county area. So love the zoo. Been going to the zoo for many years in Forest Park. Take the family there, the kids there. And for us, we've been here, well, it's almost 13 years with the family, so I can speak from that aspect that both my wife and I and my kids have really enjoyed, consuming St. Louis, that I don't hate to come to work. So I think that's my biggest metric, the day when that happens, or if not to say that it's perfect or anything like that, but anybody, when you feel, like something's amiss or awry or something off, it's nice that we have colleagues and a chair to talk to that can kind of, again, search your insides and your soul and kind of figure what's off or wrong. And I think that's been the greatest blessing for me to work at WashU, is really the support staff. And so even if I know I come across a problem, I know we're going to work through it and get to the bottom of it and end up everyone's happier in the end. It's awesome. I love it here. I think if you have any questions about it, kind of the proof is in the pudding. Just come and meet us and hang out with us. And if this feels like a culture or an area that you want to be in, then you will know in your heart of hearts. If not, then there's other opportunities in the world and other places too that may be a better fit, and I encourage you to pursue them too, because ultimately, you want to be happy at home and with your family and bring that best care to your patients too, and so we want you to be happy too, wherever it may be, here or anywhere else.